What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the PlayStation Forecast, episode 45. As always, and until proven otherwise, I am your host, Alex Derrickson. I hope you guys are, of course, doing great. As you can't tell, I'm feeling a lot better. Not good enough to have been able to have played anything. This gaming sabbatical just seems to be working for me. Now, if you're new to the show, you may remember just mere weeks after starting this little weekly endeavor that we've come to join every 9 a.m. here on Tuesdays, I made it known that we, my wife and I, had purchased a home and we're moving, and we successfully did that and did not miss a week of this show. Still managed to play a few games here and there. It was scant, it was scarce, and I get that. Time just, gets away from you when adult things like that happen. Now, we did this move, and the show continued unabated, and I'm very proud of myself for that. But that's not what I'm talking about. What ended up happening was I got real plump. I got real plump in the front. If you go back and you watch older videos or older gameplay videos that I did early on in the year last year, I wasn't a svelte lad, but I wasn't this hulking pasty behemoth that sits before you here today. And I've just kind of taken some time off of games and focused, a little bit back on the old health wagon. And you may notice tweets over at twitter.com/pressxalex pop up here and there as I endeavor this quest to better myself in 2019, to make for a better me, because I think a better me makes a better show. You get a bit more of a well-oiled machine, and so when things like that happen, I have to start trying to rework my time and how I spend my time doing things. It's also been crazy with it, the holidays having come and gone, and then the vacation having popped up when it did, and now we're coming up on the boys' 1-year birthday. It's all, and then we got the show's 1-year birthday coming up now, and then my birthday in between there too. It's just, this is always a very heavy time for us here in the basement. It's a time of a lot of stretch in our scheduling. It's a lot of time where we kind of just say fuck it and order a pizza here and there. It's just difficult. It's difficult to find time to squeeze stuff in. Now, I didn't play anything new, which is unfortunate, but I got back to the Beat Saber and picked up right where I left off. And I found my gripe. I found my complaint with Beat Saber. And my complaint is, how do I play a song, only miss a single note, and get a C on it? That's a problem I'm having. I can go through a song, miss 10, 12 notes, walk away with a cool A, and I think that's fine. It's a little gracious, but it's fine. But I play a song on hard, I miss a single note. I was 215 out of 216. It was one little note, one little box, one little cut. And I get a C. That don't make no sense. And I demand answers. Played a little bit more Surgeon Simulator. It was another one of those, have a few friends over and show them what VR can do. So it's a lot of the haunts, It's a lot of Creed Rise to Glory, which I am more, and the more time I spend with Creed Rise to Glory, the more I fall in love with this game. As I've said, it's my sweatiest game of 2018, without a doubt. Besides these lights, this podcast is the sweatiest game of 2018. Let's just be honest. But I fall more and more in love with Creed. I figure a little bit more out each time about that game, how you can do to create a better advantage for yourself. I am very bright. If you're watching the video version, I'm not going to fix that. But I've been just kind of taking time to really focus in on me. I've been very tired recently, and then sick, and then, you got all the stuff going on with family, the stuff you don't see behind the camera and behind the earphones and the podcast apps. It's been a very tiring 4 months. I'm just kind of getting caught back up. Hopefully we'll have more to report on new games next week. I do want to get into the Resident Evil 2 remake, relive my 20-year nostalgia with that game. And really just kind of focus on that. I think it's going to be kind of one of my main things I dive into. If you've been following me on Twitter, you may have noticed my chronicle of slowly accepting the fact that I'm going to be playing through the Mass Effect trilogy again as well. That that is a win more than it's an if at this point. Like, we've got the PS3 set up. About a week later, I brought the controllers down, and then about 2 weeks after that, I brought Mass Effect, the trilogy down, and I brought my Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection down. And they sit there on the shelf, and I can see it from here, and they're just staring at me and mocking me. And I gotta get back into those. I really miss Mass Effect, and I want to just kind of play through those again. So that might be something I end up doing here throughout the year too. Other than that, just like I said, looking inward for some introspective, work on myself, kind of get back to feeling more like me, shaking this cold or allergies or whatever it was when the person on the plane coughed in my eye. And that's where we're at, which means we're here now, and that means that this is the PlayStation Forecast, and it does come to you each and every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here at youtube.com/pressxtoalex and podcast services around the globe, including Spotify, but not SoundCloud. I'm still debating. May switch. I don't know. I'm in love with who hosts our show now, so it's just difficult. But remember, if you want to get involved in the show, you can let your voice be heard at psforms.pressxtoalex.com, where you can submit questions, comments, commentaries, and whatever else you want to talk about, all with under the PlayStation-centric sun that we orbit around. And if you want to support the show, this entire labor of love is self-produced and self-funded by yours truly. So remember, the best thing you can do is subscribe, click the buttons that allow me to come into your ears and eyes every week, and just spread the word. Tell your friends. I've noticed, I say this every week, but each week the show just grows a little more and more, and it's really exciting. And it's all leading to my plan to end up at Shuhei's doorstep. But that's neither here nor there. But what is here and here is that without further ado, let's get into the news. Now, we have got what I'm effectively already naming the episode, the 2018 video game sales numbers Bonanza Bonsai Bonanza. Now, we're going to be jumping kind of all over the place. A lot of NPD stuff came out. Some of it more detailed, some of it less detailed than we're used to. But if you don't, you need to follow Matt Piscatella on Twitter so you can see all this stuff if you're a big old numbers and charts dork like myself. But we're going to let Colin Stevens at IGN tell us, according to the December 2018 NPD report, Red Dead Redemption 2 was the best-selling game in 2018 in the United States, while Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, excuse me, I'm going to move this screen up a little here. There we go. Much better. While Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the best-selling game of December. It's been a close race between Red Dead Redemption 2 and Call of Duty Black Ops 4, earning the title of the best-selling game of the year, as Black Ops 4 beat Red Dead Redemption 2 out as the best-selling game of October, while Red Dead won out in November. As of November, Black Ops 4 had been the best-selling game of the year, though their positions have ultimately switched. Though exact sales numbers haven't been released, NPD analyst Matt Piscatella took to Twitter to confirm the race for the best-selling game of 2018 was very close. In fact, he mentioned the fact that Black Ops 4's digital PC sales aren't tracked by the NPD group, which very well could have placed it above Red Dead Redemption 2 in overall sales, saying on Twitter, quote, "Big breath. The race to the bestseller position in software was very close. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 digital sales on PC are not currently tracked by the NPD group and made all the difference to the rankings. Even with this victory, Red Dead Redemption 2 was December 2018's second best-selling game, while Black Ops 4 was the third. Instead, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the best-selling game in the US for December and fifth best-selling game of the year, even without digital sales being tracked. Goddamn. Ultimate obliterated Super Smash Bros. Brawl's launch month dollar sales by over 70% and has officially become the best-selling console exclusive for its first month in video game history, surpassing the launch month dollar sales for 2010's Halo Reach for Xbox 360. Other notable game sales records include Mario Kart 8, becoming the second best-selling racing game of all time, behind only Mario Kart Wii in lifetime dollar sales. NBA 2K19 becoming the year's best-selling sports game and third best-selling game of the year overall, and Nintendo becoming the highest software revenue-generating publisher of 2018, a feat the company hasn't accomplished since 2009. Here are the top 10 best-selling games for December of 2018. Number 1, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Number 4, Battlefield 5. Number 6, Mario Kart 8. Number 7, Madden NFL 19. Number 8, Super Mario Party. Number 9, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And number 10, Marvel's Spider-Man. Ultimately, dollar sales of tracked video game software sales. Ultimately, dollar sales of tracked video game software reached $7.1 billion in 2018, a 7% growth from 2017. NPD notes that this is the highest annual software total since $7.5 billion was reached in 2012. We're also going to hop over to VentureBeat, where Jeff Grubb has your top 10 best-selling games. Top 20 best-selling games of 2018. We're going to get more into the little nitty-gritty here, too, so we're just going to read this whole thing. This is from Jeff over at VentureBeat. It was a record year for video game sales in the United States. The industry generated more than $43.4 billion in revenue, according to industry tracking firm the NPD Group. That is up 18% year over year when you include in-game purchases and subscriptions. If you just look at the hardware, software, accessories, and game cards, the industry was up 13% to $16.7 billion. This, quote, "This is the highest annual tracked consumer spend total since the $17.4 billion generated in 2011, NPD analyst Matt Piscatella said, continuing. Annual dollar sales of tracked consoles, portable, and PC video game software reached $7.1 billion in 2018, growing 7% when compared to 2017. This is the highest annual total for tracked video game software spending since $7.5 billion generated in 2012. End quote. Let's see here. We'll check out the best-selling games of the year, but hardware was also up over the last 12 months. Quote, for the 2018 year, hardware spending increased 8% to $5.1 billion, said Piscatella. Continuing console hardware sales drove the growth as PlayStation 4 plug-and-play devices, Switch, and Xbox One all experienced year-over-year gains. So hardware is as healthy as it has ever been. Now let's look at the best-selling games of the year. These are NPD's 20 best-selling games of 2018. Some of these do not include digital sales, and some of these do not include PC digital sales. Your top 20 best-selling games of 2018 are: number 1, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Number 3, NBA 2K19. Number 4, Madden NFL 19. Number 5, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 6, Marvel's Spider-Man. Number 7, Far Cry 5. Number 8, God of War 2018. Number 9, Monster Hunter World. Number 10, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Number 11, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 12, Mario Kart 8. Number 13, FIFA 19. Number 14, Battlefield 5. Number 15, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 16, Call of Duty World War II. Number 17, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Number 18, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 19, Super Mario Party. And number 20, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Now, I'm rifling through my Twitter real fast because I'm trying to find actual console-specific ones. I struggled with that. I was not able to find these before getting the show together, and I feel like they exist. I just need to find Matt's Twitter thread. This will also serve as a reminder to follow Matt Piscatella on Twitter, please and thank you. When did these come out? It was the 22nd. I know I retweeted it somewhere. Got him in here at some point because, as always, these things come out the day after or day of I put a new episode up. So, here we go. Let's find it. Let's see if we can't find. See, these are all platforms December. Let's just keep going. 3DS, PS4. Okay, so your December 2018 top 10 physical and full game digital for publishers in the digital leader panel, ranked on dollar sales for PS4 for the month of December, were as followed. Number 1, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Number 3, Marvel's Spider-Man. Number 4, NBA 2K19. Number 5, Battlefield 5. Number 6, Madden NFL 19. Number 7, Just Cause 4. Number 8, FIFA 19. Number 9, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And number 10, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Let's see. That's by platform. Let me see if there are any more by year. Get the PlayStation bonus charts. Best-selling games per Okay, here we go. Your top 10 best-selling games, both physical for physical and full game digital for publishers in the digital leader panel, ranked on dollar sales for PlayStation 4 for the year of 2018. Number 1, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Number 3, Marvel's Spider-Man. Number 4, God of War 2018. Number 5, NBA 2K19. Number 6, Madden NFL 19. Number 7, Far Cry 5. Number 8, Monster Hunter World. Number 9, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And number 10 was FIFA 19. Yep, that is those are your best-selling games on PlayStation and various and all platforms for the month of December and the year of 2018. God love you, MPD Group, specifically you, Matt Piscatella. Those are crazy. Like, just it seems like every year we're like, oh man, or I guess every year, not us, we know the truth, we're in on this, we listen to the podcasts. My mouse is broken. We listen to the podcasts and we get these numbers. If you're smart, you follow Matt on Twitter, and you know that this is just a fly in your house that's not going away. You can swat at it, but when you cut off the head of the fly, 3 more heads grow, and the fly turns into a snake, and it eats all your lizards. That's video games. Now, this is exciting. Because I talked kind of in the episodes that were preludes into 2019 about how we don't really know what we're getting into. Clearly, Resident Evil 2, critical and commercial success. No doubt in my mind about the commercial success. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm prognosticating a bit here and there, but that's not what. It's pretty telling. If you get on the social media, it's everywhere. Everybody's playing that game from 1998. That's just as great as we remember it, but better. Now, what does this foretell? How does this portend to a possible more fortuitous 2019? Are we going to see that growth without heavy hitters? You know, we're still going to get the Call of Duties. We won't have an Assassin's Creed, that we know. We'll have a Far Cry, but is the momentum there with New Dawn? Will Call of Duty continue this success as it has, as being like the best-selling franchise of the last like 23 years? And you get your staples, you get your Maddens, you get your FIFAs, you get your NBAs, but then you've got like Days Gone, you've got Shadows Die Twice coming out. Then you still have those outliers if you're a PlayStation 4 owner. You still have those what's going on with The Last of Us? As the composer for the score has said, the game is soon. What does that mean? What is soon? Where are we on Death Stranding if Guerrilla Games is seeing the first 2 hours already? Where do we stand on this if Sony's taking a back seat this year at major conferences, save for maybe something at the end of the year? These are all things we don't have the answer to because it's January 28th, and why would we? But there's a lot, I think, going for it. Microsoft has been more cagey and more quiet, obviously. But if you look at the numbers, Nintendo is there. Like, they're right there on the door. And granted, they don't have, from 2013 on, numbers that PlayStation has, or to a lesser extent Microsoft has. But for their just short while they've been around with the Switch, goddamn. Like, when you look at the NPD for the top 20 games for 2018, there were a lot of Nintendo titles in there. They're beyond just Smash, absolutely smoking fools for the month of December, only being out for a part of it. Going a step further with how Mario Kart's doing. Odyssey's hanging in there. Legend of Zelda's not going away. Super Mario Party's showing up. Really, the only one that you've seen is like a fall off that's got the Mario or like a major staple name to it was Tennis Aces. And can't say I blame it, but like there's enough in Nintendo's, basket to keep pushing, I think, forward into 2019. But again, it's still relying on their heavy hitters. And then with PlayStation, it's where a lot of people are going for the third party stuff, and then also the dynamite first party log. But it's first party where we don't know, where we have more questions than we do answers. And can they replicate the 1-2 punch that was God of War and Spider-Man? That's what we're waiting to find out. And that's what we don't know. Does Days Gone pack that kind of like overhand haymaker that you would expect, in April when you're going up against what you did in April 2018 with God of War, and if you have a September release, what you're going up against with Spider-Man. Like, you're going up against two titans and two juggernauts that if you're going to be matching year to date or like year over year to date numbers and comparing, you're looking at taking some L's. And I'm sure that's fine in Sony's eyes, but it's also like, can you recreate that magic? How much of 2018 was this lightning in a bottle? Now, I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm not saying that this was a fluke. It's not. This has been growth year over year over year over year, and we've seen it this generation. It's that question of whether or not can lightning strike twice. And that's what I think that's going to be the big question as a PlayStation owner, the big kind of prevailing question, the cloud that kind of looms in 2019. Also follow Matt Piscatella, please and thank you. Going over to Kotaku, where Zach Zwiesen. Loot boxes are changing in Fortnite Save the World. The loot llamas in Fortnite Save the World are changing and becoming less random. Currently, loot llamas work like most other loot boxes. Players buy them and then open the llamas to find out what random items they've received. Epic Games has announced that an upcoming update will soon change this process. In the update, V-Bucks llamas are becoming X-ray llamas. Before buying these new X-ray llamas, players will be able to see exactly what they are going to receive. If players don't like anything in the llama, they can wait until the next day when the contents inside the llama will change. This change will also show players if a llama is going to upgrade, which happens randomly and improves the loot inside. Epic is also taking steps to make sure the contents of these X-ray llamas are not filled with duplicate items. For example, if the loot llama was planning on giving you a rare shotgun, the game will try to give you a rare shotgun you don't already have in your collection book or schematics inventory. Other llamas in Save the World, like mini llamas and event llamas, will not be changed into X-ray llamas. These loot box changes are only happening in Save the World. Llamas in Fortnite Battle Royale will continue to work the same way they currently do, with no changes. Loot boxes have become a controversial element in the video game industry, with many fans and even lawmakers pushing back against the practice. There's an episode of The Simpsons where they go to Australia and they're taking a tour, and there's a movie theater that on the marquee says Yahoo Serious Film Festival. And Lisa looks at it and replies, I know all of those words, but that sentence doesn't make any sense. And that's how I felt reading that damn llama article. Okay. What is that? I'm leaving the water closer by. You got to look at it now if you're watching the video version. The water is in the building. Now, that's great. I think that is a great move. Epic continues to do a lot of stuff for their fan base correctly, and also to kind of keep themselves, I think, out of any sort of incoming tides of hot water that they could, possibly see springing up, right? Loot boxes, as Zach noted in the article, are this sort of like controversial element to like where I'm sitting down and having a conversation with my dad about them, who hasn't played a game since Metal Gear Solid. It's it's permeated into the mainstream. It's the spotlight. It's the scapegoat for your kids being slackers and all that shit. It's getting ahead of something, right? Like, it's China, right, that has to put up the odds of the stuff inside. It's Belgium who is banning them outright and calling it gambling. This is Epic trying to be like, look, hey, we're going to be literally transparent about it for this one game mode. It's not the most popular game mode that we're putting out there, but we are being literally transparent, which is a start. I think moving to an X-ray setup, it's better. It's nicer. It's friendlier. It's a little less of a risky venture, and it's a little more likely, I think, that people will kind of come down on it kinder, right? They're going to look at it and be like, okay, cool. Like, I can see what this is. I don't want it. I can wait until tomorrow. Or like, oh, hey, like this is going to upgrade. I can hold out. It's giving the player the option. I think that's important. It's giving them the agency to make the decision not to buy it. And I think when you put up that first line of defense, that's all you have to do. Like, if someone sees it and they're like, I don't like what's in there, I'm going to buy it. It's like, okay, at what point does that just make you an idiot, right? So when you can see it and you're like, okay, cool, it's that. I don't need any of that stuff. I'll come back tomorrow. You're not aimlessly spending money. You're not converting your actual American or non-American currency into something that doesn't actually tangibly exist, like V-Bucks, and then, you know, spend, again, making another Simpsons reference, itchy and scratchy dollars, where it's like money but fun. And then you go in the park and realize no one takes itchy and scratchy dollars. But that's just how I feel with the V-Bucks situation and just virtual currency in general. But you're giving them the agency to turn their back on the decision. You're giving them the option to say no. It's not like in the My Player packs or something like that in 2K or the Ultimate Team packs in the EA games where you're like, I don't know, I might get a guy I want, and then you end up with like fucking 5 Darius Miles. LA Clippers deep cut. What up? I don't know what that was. That's 6. What's going on, Six Fingers? I've been in a mood the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, no, it's a good call. Epic continues to do a lot of stuff right. If you haven't seen, there's a lot of news going on with their digital storefronts where it just kind of seems like they're just taking money. They're taking all the Fortnite money and just shoving it in developers' mouths to be like, give us your game, not Steam. But that's not really pertinent to this show, but feel free to look into that yourself. Moving on to Polygon. That rhymed, and that was really fun. Cass Marshall talking about Fallout 76 reveals details of the new PvP game mode, Survival. Can you imagine if it was actually called Survival? Jesus. Let's talk about Survival. Fallout 76 is getting a new game mode geared toward more competitive players seeking a challenge, Bethesda said in a blog post. This game mode, Survival, will be accessible from the main menu. Upon launching Fallout 76, players will have the opportunity to choose between the existing experience, now known as Adventure, or as they say in North America, Adventure, or the new Survival mode, which has, quote, the same quest, events, and story that you're used to in Adventure mode, end quote. Existing characters can be brought into Survival where they will share their inventory and status across both game modes. Survival is a Survival is a mode where every other player except those in your team or helping in an event zone are marked as hostile. The existing PvP system, which requires both parties to opt in, does not exist in Survival. Instead, players are able to attack each other on site. Survival will include level scaling, so newer characters will, in theory, have a fighting chance against high-level enemies. Survival will be introduced in beta form and will have a few other changes to make it distinct from Adventure. When players die, they'll have to respawn at either their camp, it's in all caps, it's by law, I have to read it that way, or Vault 76, instead of near their body to rush back into the fight and reclaim your junk. Caps rewards will be doubled in PvP as well, encouraging bounty hunters. Bethesda notes that, quote, these changes aren't set in stone and will be looking to make adjustments based on playtesting and your feedback during the Survival beta, end quote. Survival is also set to include leaderboards which offer glory to the players who win the most bouts. While many players have hoped for a more challenging experience or a new PvP mode, the Fallout 76 fanbase has concerns about survival. Survival doesn't seem to solve any of the core problems with the game's economy. In fact, it rewards players who have exploited the system. Fallout 76 is a serious problem with duped items and bobbleheads creating characters who are unstoppable. Right now, multiple threads on the front page of the Fallout 76 subreddit are begging for adventure characters to be restricted to adventure. There's currently no release date for Survival, but Bethesda notes that it will be rolled out in phases as part of a beta test. All right, now that I got that cough out of my system, and that sweet liquid aqua in my body, Fallout 76 is kind of still just 2 steps forward, 1 step back at best. Half step forward, 3/4 steps back. I feel like they're like, here's survival mode. We don't know when, and it's still broken. Okay, thanks. I know people are clamoring for a PvP mode and all that, but it's also like, at what cost? It's like, not like this. Not like this. But there was the whole speculation, too. I almost threw it in here, then it was quickly retracted like the next day, that there was talks of Fallout 76 possibly going free to play, and they came out and they were like, Fallout 76 is not going free to play, and as opposed to making that 2 news stories for the week, I made it none. But yeah, if you're playing Fallout 76, be on the lookout if you've been wanting PvP mode. Sticking with Polygon and Michael McWhorter, Spider-Man gets 2 new Fantastic Four themed costumes. The Fantastic Four were Marvel's first modern comic book superheroes. The publisher even describes the group as, quote, Marvel's first family, end quote, and promoted their books as, quote, the world's greatest comic magazine, end quote. But in the past decade, the team has taken a backseat to more popular characters. Marvel canceled Fantastic Four as a regular title in 2015, then relaunched the comic series in the summer of 2018. The Fantastic Four have starred in 4 underwhelming to very bad movies. The first was technically unreleased and has only a couple middling video games to its name. It did get that Taking Back Sunday song, though. Just look out if you're a big fan of Error Operator. Now, Marvel is making a concerted effort to put the Fantastic Four back into the spotlight. That includes a cameo of sorts in Marvel's Spider-Man, the PlayStation 4 game developed by Insomniac Games. Spider-Man is getting 2 new suits, both inspired by Peter Parker's appearances in issues of Fantastic Four. The bombastic Bagman suit, in which Peter Parker wears a paper bag over his head and an old-school Fantastic Four uniform over the rest of his body, and the Future Foundation suit, a reference to the rebranded Fantastic Four, of which Spider-Man was a member, are available for Marvel Spider-Man as part of a free update today. Spider-Man has a long history with the Fantastic Four. The family supergroup appeared on the cover of Amazing Spider-Man #1. In that time, Spider-Man broke into the Fantastic Four's headquarters in a misguided attempt to get a job with the group. He abandoned the attempt when the Four told him they worked unpaid. In issue number 258 of the same series, Spider-Man turns to the Fantastic Four's Reed Richards for help in understanding his new suit, the black costume that would go on to become one half of the anti-hero Venom. When Spider-Man separated from his alien symbiote, Johnny Storm, longtime friend of the web-slinger, loaned him a costume and a paper bag to help Peter conceal his secret identity, and lo, the bombastic Bagman was born. Spider-Man's Future Foundation costume comes from another team founded by Fantastic Four's Reed Richards, the Future Foundation, whose members have included the likes of Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Ant-Man, the original Fantastic Four, and Reed and Sue Richards' superpowered kids, wore slick, matching black and white costumes. The Future Foundation debuted in 2010 in Fantastic Four number 579, and Spider-Man joined the group a year later, replacing the Human Torch in FF number 1. The bombastic Bagman and Future Foundation suit are included as part of patch 1.14 for Marvel Spider-Man on PlayStation 4. I've loved seeing the support for this game. Like DLC, like the City That Never Sleeps DLC notwithstanding, the amount of cool free shit that's come out for Marvel Spider-Man has been awesome. I'm still the only one on Twitter that is demanding the suit from the oft-troubled Broadway musical Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark. So anyone in Insomniac, if you're listening, hear my prayer. Seriously, why not? You're giving us the Raimi suit. You're giving us Future Foundation. We got Spider-Punk. We got Into the Spider-Verse. Where's the turn off the dark suit, Brian and Tahar? Where is it? Where is the Broadway suit, Brian and Tahar? We all want it. We all just me want it. Give it to just me, all of us. The Spider-Man turn off the dark suit. Anyways, going over to IGN from, this is just by IGN staff. All right. Resident Evil 2 Ghost Survivors DLC release date has been announced. Resident Evil 2 will be getting a free update in February that will add the Ghost Survivors 3 what-if stories of those who didn't make it out of Raccoon City. Announced by Resident Evil on Twitter, these stories will arrive for free starting on February 15th and will put you in the shoes of a gun shop owner, Robert Kendo, the mayor's daughter, and a soldier in 3 episodes: No Time to Mourn, Runaway, and Forgotten Soldier. This is but one example of the post-launch support for Resident Evil 2 Remake that will also see, at least in Japan, original Claire and Leon skins from the 1998 version of Resident Evil 2 added to the new game. So yeah, post-launch content coming. I need to play the actual game. Not the actual one. I have the actual one. It's upstairs. But I need to play the remake because I just want to relive that. Resident Evil 2 was a lot of fun. I have very vivid memories of sitting and watching my brother play through it. And I could just never get into it because of the tank controls. And just some layer of modernity would be nice. Starting to lose my voice a little. Good thing I have this room temperature water handy. Also, before we get into the last actual news story, I need to see, the PlayStation blog's been giving me fits. I need to see if it's working. Nope. Okay, so the drop is probably not going to happen this week, as the PlayStation blog is not loading at the time of us recording this. Let me try it one more spot from my phone. I hope you guys like seeing how the sausage gets made on this fucking thing. Ugh. Come on. Come on. Just waiting, just waiting. We're going to be giving up in 5, 4, oh, maybe not. Yay. Okay, let me see if this opens. Yep, that opens. And then we're going to just pull the drop from my phone. So if you are watching the video version, you will not be able to see worst cover art of the week, nor have I really been good about doing that anyways. But I got those pulled up and one extra segment that we'll be doing later. Last bit of news story coming back to Michael McWhorter over at Polygon. Dragonball Project Z will tell the DBZ story in action RPG form. That was surprisingly fun to say. Bandai Namco and developer CyberConnect 2 are making a new action role-playing game that they promise will be the most dramatic and epic telling of the Dragon Ball Z story to date. That game, which has the working title Dragon Ball Game Project Z, is due sometime in 2019. Details on Project Z are scant. Other than that, players will experience the story, quote, through the eyes of Kakarot, the Saiyan better known as Goku, end quote. Bandai Namco said in an official announcement. The publisher promises, quote, an unforgettable adventure with over-the-top battles and challenging quests, create lifelong friendships, and crusade to protect Earth from fearsome villains, end quote. Project Z is coming to PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One. Developer CyberConnect 2 is best known for its work on the Dot Hack and Naruto Ultimate Ninja series of role-playing games. There's also a teaser and a gallery of stills you can check out on Polygon's website. That's cool. I don't know. I feel like a Dragon Ball action RPG is something that should have happened already. So seeing it now kind of coming off the heels of what fighters looked like and how good and crisp and just spot fucking on that looked, like translating that hopefully into an action RPG is going to just be a license to print money. So that's cool. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, or if you're like me and just kind of like playing the games, that could be really up your alley, more so if you're a fan. I got some deals for you before we get into the new releases. This is the PlayStation Essentials sale. You can find more information about this on the PlayStation blog, but this is from Brian Fujimoto, the manager of digital games business at SIEA. PlayStation Store is back at it with the big discounts on must-have titles during our 2-week-long PlayStation Essentials sale. Build up your library with savings up to 50% on games like Dead Cells, Persona 5 Dancing, Battlefield 5, FIFA 19, Destiny 2 Forsaken, and South Park The Fractured But Whole. PS Plus members save 60%. I'm just going to kind of roll through here. If anything catches my fancy, I'm going to read them off to you. I'm going to read off the PS Plus prices, too, by the way. For PlayStation Plus members, you can get Bastion for $3.74. You can get Batman Arkham Knight for $7.99. You can get the Arkham Knight Premium Edition for $13.99. You can get Return to Arkham for $7.99. You can get the Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 Ultimate Bundle for $19.99. You can get Battlefield 5 for $29.99. You can get the Deluxe Edition for $39.99, or you can get the game and the Deluxe Edition upgrade, and the Deluxe Edition upgrade is just $5.99. Let's see. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is $5.99. Burnout Paradise Remastered is $5.99. God, Dead Cells is $17.49. That's worth it. That's awesome. Destiny 2 Forsaken is $29.99. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen $17.99. EA Sports UFC 3 is $23.99. For the Deluxe Edition, $26.39. Farming Simulator 17 Premium Edition $17.99. FIFA 19 $23.99. God of War is $25.99, or you can get the digital Deluxe Edition for $32.49. Grand Theft Auto 5 is $14.99. Hello Neighbors $5.99. Horizon Zero Dawn the Complete Edition is $14.99. Get that. Damn. Inside is $5.99. Just Cause 4 Digital Deluxe $48.99. Gold $62.99. Standard Edition $41.99. Last Day of June is $7.99. If you like the spooky games, Layers of Fear is $5.99. $9.19 for the Masterpiece Edition. Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 is $3.99. Limbo is $1.99. If you've been holding out on the football bundle, you can get Madden 19 and FIFA 19 for $43.99. Mass Effect Andromeda Digital Recruit Edition $9.99. Recruit Edition $7.49. It's Ecruit. Is there a difference? Middle Earth Shadows of War is $23.99 for the definitive, $12.49 for the regular type. Let's see. Survival horror underwater game Narcosis is $4.99. NBA Live 19, the 1 edition is $9.99. NHL 1999 edition is $31.99. Nines are hard to say when you were still kind of stuffy. Okami HD is $13.99. Ooh, Omen Sight, which looks really pretty. I have not played it yet. It's $15.99. Oxenfree is $4.99. Persona 3 Dancing in the Moonlight is $41.99. Persona 5 is $24.99. Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight is $41.99. Persona 5 Ultimate Edition $57.49. And Persona Dancing Endless Night Collection $79.99. Plague Inc. Evolved is $4.49. Pyre is $7.99 if you like Celestial NBA Jam. Red Dead Redemption 2 Special Edition Bundle $69.59. Red Dead Redemption 2 Ultimate Edition Bundle $89.99. Shadow of the Tomb Raider $29.99. Croft Edition $44.99. Deluxe Edition $34.99. Got a pop-up. South Park The Fractured But Whole is $17.99. If you want the Gold Edition, $26.99. If you want Stick of Truth, $14.99. Sports Bar VR is $4.99. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is $7.49. Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition, $5.99. A lot of steep stuff. Super Mega Baseball 2 is $16.49. That's a steal. Buy it. The Council, which is a adventure game, is $2.79. It's an episodic adventure game. Is $2.79. Okay, you got me. The Gardens Between is $9.99. That was a former Alex Derrickson-ass game of the week. Jackbox Party Pack 3, $8.74. Party Pack 4, $8.74. And the new Party Pack 5, $11.99. A lot of Sims 4 stuff. Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, $19.99. Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine, $9.99. Complete Edition, $19.99. Hearts of Stone, $4.99. Expansion Pass, $12.49. Titanfall 2 Ultimate Edition is $9.99. Transistors, $4.99. We're almost through here. Valiant Hearts: The Great War is $5.99. If you have not played Valiant Hearts: The Great War, you need to just get the $6 and pony up and enjoy. Watch Dogs 2 is $17.99. Watch Dogs $8.99. We Happy Few $35.99. Those are your PS4 games. There's a few PS3 games and a few PS Vita games as well. But Danganronpa is not one of them, so we're not talking about it. But those are some deals for you. Those are going on for the next 2 weeks, so you could hop over to the PlayStation Store now and check those out. But that's all stuff that's going on now. If you want to see what is also going on now on the PlayStation Store for new releases for the week of January 29th, 2019, we need to do the drop. Now, remember, these dates are all for North America and are subject to change without notice. I'm going to take a big gulp of water, and we're going to get right into this business. Oh, yeah. Let's go. 8-Bit Hordes comes to PS4 digital and retail February 1st. 8-Bit Hordes is a fast-paced and colorful fantasy RTS game that is easy to understand for everyone. Collect resources, build up and defend your base, amass your army of Deathsworn or Lightbringers, and ultimately crush your opponents. Bombfest comes to PS4 digital out January 31st. Bombfest is a physics-based party game for you and up to 3 friends. Unlock new levels, bombs, characters, and outfits as you blow up both enemies and friend alike. Blow up the competition to bits and be the last toy standing. Deadland VR comes to PSVR digital February 1st. You must defeat your fears for survival and salvation in this reign of zombies. Walk through the road without being noticed by them and kill them with different weapons you can get by walking to the bright lights on the road. Drowning comes to PS4 and PS Vita digital January 30th. It is also the worst cover art of the week. And we're going to go back and talk about Drowning here and Trophy Talk too, because it's got an easy one. Drowning is a short game about a boy who quickly discovers he has depression in his earlier years of high school. Walk through a variety of beautiful low-poly environments as a story unfolds about how he learns to live with his inner demon. I did not know that before I started talking shit about this game. Okay, now I feel bad. Genesis Alpha 1 comes to PS4 digital and retail. Genesis Alpha 1 mixes thrilling roguelike mechanics with a deep ship builder and fast first-person action. Build and manage a space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, and much more as an interstellar pioneer. Goodbye Deponia comes to PS4 digital out January 30th. More chaos, more destruction, more Rufus. The Organon plans the destruction of Deponia. The lovely Goal has once again disappeared, and anti-hero Rufus just can't seem to stop getting in his own way. Part 3 of the Deponia series. The Hong Kong Massacre comes to PS4 digital and is probably my Alex Derrickson-ass game of the week. Inspired by classic action movies, The Hong Kong Massacre places you at the center of a hard-boiled revenge story filled with brutal cinematic shootouts and vivid underworld locations. Blast your way through the streets of Hong Kong in a fast-paced top-down shooter. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm about to read these 3 words. Kingdom Hearts 3 comes to PS4 digital and retail. Set in a vast array of Disney and Pixar worlds, Kingdom Hearts follows the journey of Sora, a young boy and unknowing heir to a spectacular power. Sora, Donald, and Goofy unite with iconic Disney Pixar characters to persevere against the darkness. Nightcry comes to PS Vita digital January 31st. Nightcry is the story of a relaxing cruise taking a sudden detour into absolute terror. Your surroundings are luxurious and the guests are friendly, but not everything is as it should be. As night falls and a cry echoes out through the ship, The true nightmare begins. Royal Assault comes to PS4 digital February 1st. Royal Assault is a real-time tower defense game set in a medieval fantasy setting. Your people are under attack and you must fend off the invading armies by building towers. Song of Memories comes to PS4 digital and retail February 1st. A romantic visual novel with a dark and sinister underbelly. That's me. I got a dark and sinister underbelly. I'm trying to get rid of it. Discover the thrills of finding your soulmate in Japan's iconic musical love story and fighting for your love in the most testing of times as an apocalyptic virus begins sweeping across the world. Trainer VR comes to PSVR digital. Trainer VR is a unique physics-based VR train construction game where you can create from simple track to an elaborate rail network. If you liked building with your own bare hands, you'll feel the same in our limitless VR world. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are your new games for this week, which brings us to Trophy Talk. Remember, Trophy Talk is the part of the show where I try to get you from 0 to 100 on a game as fast as possible because, let's face it, PlayStation trophies are actually meaningless. And today, we are looking at Drowning, which has 4 bronze, 3 silver, 9 gold, and 1 platinum. Now, currently on PSN profiles, for PSN profiles users, 69.27% of players already have the trophy, have the platinum for Drowning. 55.6% of overall PSN users have the platinum as well. Let's see. So there's a gold for finishing the game's main ending. There's a gold for the first secret ending. There's a gold for the second secret ending. There's a gold for the third secret ending. And find and complete all the game endings. There's also a gold. Start a new game for the first time. Try and swim in the pond in year 8. So there's some story-related stuff here. Try to climb the hill in the dark forest. Find the secret gift box. Find the secret snowman. Find the secret candle, the secret candy. Find the secret ball on the Christmas tree, and find the secret sock. So it looks like you just got to play through it. And if the description itself is already telling you it's a short game, then you best believe that it's probably not going to take you that very long to do. So if you are in the hunt for an easy platinum trophy, then Drowning is your game for this week. Now, that is the end of Trophy Talk. And about our usual runtime, here we are. Thanks for joining me again this week for the 45th. Okay, Alex, yes. Minstrel music, the 45th edition of the PlayStation Forecast, which comes to you each and every Tuesday right here on youtube.com/pressx2alex and podcast services around the globe, including Spotify. And don't forget, if you want to let your voice be heard on the show, you can submit your questions, comments, commentaries, and chocked full of nuts over to psforms.pressx2alex.com. And don't forget, this entire labor of love is self-produced and self-funded by yours truly. So be sure to share it, subscribe, spread the word. It only helps, right? And if you ever want to talk to me outside the show, like so many of you have, I appreciate it. I love getting to know you all and talking to you all. Be sure to follow me right here at twitter.com/pressx2alex. That will do it for me this week. Thank you all so much. I love you. And until next time, do the thing.